just make yourself comfortable and begin to relax, you may notice how the world subtly continues at its own pace. The sounds in the background, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the rhythm of your breathing. There's a kind of rhythm to it, like a quiet weather system passing through the mind. And just imagine for a moment that you're sitting inside a sturdy sunlit greenhouse. The glass is slightly misted, letting in just enough of the outside while keeping you safe within. And I wonder if, as you make yourself comfortable, you can allow yourself to be as present in the moment as you want. Simply noticing the sensation of your body supported, your breath moving gently in and out. Warmth quietly wrapping around you. And as you settle in, you might notice that there's something about that steady environment of the greenhouse. The way the light shifts and the shadows play softly on the leaves. Every moment inviting you to relax a little more deeply in your own way. The glass of the greenhouse lets you witness the world change. Raindrops trailing down, wind rustling outside, and still, inside it's temperate. It's calm, and you might notice how the very air itself seems easier to breathe. Each little sound drifting by like a butterfly, and your mind can begin to explore the spaces within, discovering new corners with a patient quietness. A friend of mine was a patient gardener who once found themselves uneasy with the unpredictability of weather. Rain might pelt furiously, wind might howl, and my friend worried that the storms would harm the tender plants. And over the years they watched those plants grow through the clear walls of the greenhouse. They learned something profound. Even the wildest storms had their beauty, and what happened outside could be observed, acknowledged, and permitted to pass. In the greenhouse, the gardener found that it's possible to notice a storm without having to be the storm. And some part of you may realize how true that can feel. People often say emotions are overwhelming, as if feelings themselves are hurricanes, impossible to predict. But what if emotions, like weather beyond the glass, were simply patterns, meaningful, changing, sometimes intense, but always passing? And sometimes our fear of emotions is just the desire to protect something precious inside, isn't it? And just like the gardener builds sturdy walls, not to eliminate the rain but to create safety for growth, there's a way you can allow your mind to observe what arises, knowing that the safety remains. And you might recall moments, perhaps even recently, when a feeling seemed too much, so big it could tip the balance as if it might be swept up and lost. And it's entirely natural to have that thought. And yet, just as the greenhouse remains through the storm, you can let your emotions move through you without them moving you. And just imagine now it's as if you're sitting, watching through the gleaming, sun-warmed glass of the greenhouse, witnessing clouds form and dissolve, sunlight flicker, the occasional patter of rain, a show outside, while inside, a space for new growth flourishes. And sometimes you might see a droplet of water lingering, magnifying a tiny world in its curve, an emotion clear and finite. And you might be curious about what's inside it, or maybe not. Either way, it's there and passes when it will. And just imagine what it would be like over the days ahead to discover that the greenhouse itself grows stronger with each storm it witnesses, that slowly it becomes easier to trust you're in a shelter, so feelings can be welcomed as guests, not feared as invaders. And sometimes people tell themselves, if I let myself feel this, it'll overwhelm me. But perhaps, just perhaps, what follows of feeling fully seen is the gentle return of sunlight through the glass. And the gardener over time learns that plants closest to the window grow strong because they meet the changing light with soft leaves raised, not braced, not hiding, but able to respond naturally to what's present. And so you too may notice, at first in small ways, how you respond with curiosity and compassion as emotion arise, and a sense of gentle steadiness emerges even in moments that once seemed daunting. And as you find yourself growing curious about how much is possible, perhaps you'll notice small changes over the coming days, as if a window is opened just a little further and fresh air is drifting softly in. And now in your own time, a gentle awareness can begin to return as the light around you grows a bit brighter. Perhaps you can notice your feet on the ground, the weight of your body on the surface beneath you, the air on your skin, reminders of the here and now. The sounds around you, the rhythm of your breath can bring you back to the present moment. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes and simply notice the room as it is, carrying with you what's useful, leaving the rest to drift gently away. And in the hours and days ahead, you'll find yourself surprised by moments of comfort in situations where emotions arise as a new clarity settles in. Perhaps you'll notice emotions with more detachment and warmth, and trust that your inner shelter grows stronger each time you do. Thank you for taking this time today. And if you'd like to continue this journey, you can listen to this session again and again whenever you wish. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.